I thought I'd talk a little bit about Hatha Yoga and try and answer two questions. The first is, what's the difference between Hatha Yoga and Vinyasa Yoga? That question seems to come up a lot. The second is, what is Hatha Yoga anyway, since it's not technically one of the four paths of yoga? Well, that second question is actually kind of easy. 1600 years ago, Patanjali wrote out the Yoga Sutras, which defined Raja Yoga to the extent that it could. 1,000 years later, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika was written and defined Hatha Yoga as the stairway to Raja Yoga. It actually is the physical pieces of the 8 petals to Raja Yoga. It includes asana, pranayama, and also goes into the bandhas as well as mudras. So think of it this way. Raja Yoga is the spiritual experience of yoga. And Hatha Yoga gives that experience shape and form. It defines that structure of exactly what poses and muscles to move. So Hatha Yoga, defined as the physical aspects of Raja Yoga, means that every Western class you take where you're doing any type of postures is technically Hatha Yoga. Vinyasa, prana flow, Bikram, power yoga, yin, kundalini, forest. They're all Hatha Yoga. So now we've seemed to change kind of the definition of Hatha. It's evolved, and it's a definition that seems to be what it is as opposed to Vinyasa. Vinyasa being a more flowing, sequence-oriented practice, and Hatha being a more still, holding the posture sequence. Neither of those statements is technically wrong. They're just not either historically complete. So that's Hatha Yoga. Whenever you go into a studio, you're practicing Hatha Yoga. When you take into account the ethics and the meditative aspects that follows your asana practice, that expands out to the Raja Yoga experience.